Which one's more dangerous?
A Navy destroyer?
Or a 4-year-old when you step within a square mile of their sand castle,
right? Because as soon as you step on the beach with your friends, all hell just breaks loose, right? You look over there, it's 90-year-old Granny.
She just has no clothes on, right?
And then you pull out a piece of food, and the seagulls over there are looking at you like this. So you find a spot and pitch up a little tent.
And it just flies away like a pterodactyl, right?
So then you decide to go into the water with your friend, and
what the fuck was that, right?
And your friend's head is just floating next to you in the water, right? Because 90-year-old grandpa decided it was fun to
surf a wave with a paddleboard that's 30 feet long. Great.
So after saying your goodbyes to your friend, you get out of the water and go back to your tent, only to realize that the seagulls
have completely infiltrated the entire facility that you have built,
right? And they're just sitting there like this. So at this point,
there's really nothing else
to do except
just get in your car and go the fuck home.
In class, you're in the middle of a presentation. Suddenly you see something out of the corner of your eye. It's your friend. Now, is he A, listening and taking notes as a good student would? Or is he B, constructing
the most heinous facial expression imaginable?
Perfectly contracting his facial muscles in a way that would
even make the toughest Navy SEALs laugh.
Now let me give you a hint. It is not A. Now you must maintain a composure that
not even Marcus Aurelius could contain.
Right? You're trying desperately not to laugh. Meanwhile, he's over there like this. Right? And you look over at the teacher and she goes, boom. You just lost 10 points off of your presentation. So you just block him out for the entire remainder of the presentation, right? But then you realize he has access to your
entire slideshow PowerPoint, right?
So you get to the end, and instead of there being a thank you for watching sign, it's a video of Iron Man, right? But it's not just Iron Man. It's AI edited
to have Charlie Kirk's face on it.
Uh-oh, that's not too good, right? You look over at the teacher, and she's just looking at you like this. And your eyes move slowly down to bro. And bro is just like this. Right? So you just give him a right hook, a left hook, and then you get sent to the principal's office. Wait, why the fuck did you use the washer method instead of the shell method?
Because it was quicker.
The washer method was better for the— Shut the fuck
up.
Please go over to the corner, and I'm going to use the shell method to find the volume of blood
inside of your body.
Right? Math teachers are just dictators. The question will be like, plot this line on the graph, right? All you gotta do is draw over the dots. But no, the teacher needs you to use
the Putin missile launch code method, right?
Takes 2 years just to solve one problem. Right? And there's always one kid in class that goes, when am I ever going to use this in real life? And instantly, the teacher extends their hand, uses the force,
and lifts them up and slams them into the wall.
And just to put the cherry on top, you won't get your test back for 3+ months. And you'll ask, why have we not gotten our tests back? And the teacher will go, oh, that's just because the method I taught you is the least efficient method in the history of mathematics to solve the problem. So it'll take a little while, right? And you can't even question them because
they will just kill you.
Right? So you do the only humane thing that you can do, and you just drop the class. Arriving at your friend's house to watch the World Cup, right? You walk up to the door and open it, and he just launches
a soccer ball at you.
So you dodge it, and it just destroys the neighbor's window, right? And he goes up to you and goes, yo, bro,
that was my power shot.
Great. Awesome, bro. Whatever. So you walk in and go, all right, boys, y'all ready to watch some soccer? And he turns to you and he's like, what the fuck? It's called
football, not soccer.
This kid was born in Nebraska. So you walk over to sit down, and before you can even do anything, your friend's like, oh my goodness, it's a penalty kick. Argentina's gonna score. It's a
throw-in from midfield, right?
And your friend is so motivated by the penalty kick that he hops on Kalshi and he just starts throwing bread at Argentina winning the World Cup. This kid's already a diehard fan for a country he didn't know existed until yesterday, right? So then you're like, all right, if you know soccer so well, name 4 players. And he's like, oh, dude, that's easy. Ronaldo,
Leonardo Messi,
Mbappe,
the Jamal guy,
Lamine Jamal. Yeah, dude, I told you, it was easy. Fast forward to the end of the game, right? The score is 0-0. Each and every player has donuts on their stat card, right? And your friend goes, oh my goodness, that was peak cinema.
That was peak cinema. You know what? I'm gonna go outside and work on my bicycle kicks.
You wanna come out there and help me? Right. Now he has to pay for every single neighbor's
window.
Which one's deadlier? A bullet? Or your friend's lure
after finally getting unstuck from a rock?
Now let me give you a hint. It's not the bullet. You'll be fishing and you'll look over at your friend for half a second and one of
2 things will be happening, right?
He is either quantum entangled inside of his line, right? Creating a nest that not even an eagle could conjure. Or his lure is stuck
inside of a rock, right?
And he is actively engineering
a slingshot not to catch a fish,
but to put a hole through your head. And before launching, he'll turn to you and be like,
yo, bro, my lure's stuck.
yeah, no fucking shit, right? And then his rod will proceed to snap in half, right? And then after that, he will proceed to turn to you again and be like, yo, bro, you got an extra
Rod? Right.
So you just shove him in the water and just leave him there and get the fuck out of there. So let's add a giant swamp
And then just hold down the spawn button, right? Over here, let's just
throw some crocodiles, and then over here maybe some alligators, and then let's just make those two clash.
And then, under that,
How about we just riddle it with pythons? And then in that little body of water right there,
let's just throw in a bunch of spiders.
make that one venomous, make that one spiky,
That one's just glowing.
and
Let's turn the watercolor to coffee. And then just to spice it up a bit, let's add a cloud of mosquitoes here,
a cloud of lightning up here,
and a cloud of bees right here, and then combine all those
to make them radioactive.
and then, ooh, right here,
How about a 10-foot
anaconda, and just throw it in that piece of water, and then
an Enderman right there,
and then let's just make the grass just
insanely tall,
so that, you know,
it hides all of the
dangerous entities.
And then finally,
Let's just put a wooden boardwalk
through the
entire thing, and then add like
one or two
signs that says, do not feed
the wildlife. And then we need like
a state
to put it in with,
probably the most daring dumbasses.
oh, Florida.
Which one's more
Powerful.
a nuclear warhead or
The smallest firework on the 4th of July.
Now let me give you a hint. It's not the warhead, right? Because the second it hits 9 p.m.,
Up goes El Monstro.
right? 15,000 square meters of blast radius. The explosion is so hard,
That it shakes the tectonic plates.
right? Purchased straight from the cartel. And you know, you'll be at the beach watching the fireworks and you'll look down for a split second and
What the fuck was that?
well, that was actually a miscalculated trajectory of a series of fireworks called
The Assassins, right? Launched from your next door neighbor.
and then after
Incinerating the neighbor's house
to the left
And right of them,
and
losing 55
limbs,
they'll invite you over to their house and be like,
You want to grill up some hot dogs?
it's your first time in Ohio, and you immediately realize, why is the sky just permanently gray, right? Whatever. So you guys drive across state lines, and you look up, and
what the fuck is
Is that?
right? In the middle of the road, there's just a massive crater going down to the center of the earth and back, right? So you look at your Ohio friend and go,
Are we gonna drive over that?
and he's like, what? Oh yeah,
That's just one of our potholes.
what?
so you barely make it over the pothole, right? But you're not in the clear yet, because you're in western Ohio, right? You look to your left, corn. You look to your right, corn. You look in the sky,
Floating corn, right?
and there's a
Piece of corn just sleeping on your lap, right? So you look over at your Ohio friend. This is normal to him, right?
You know what he's doing? He's on Kalshi throwing bread on the New York Knicks versus Cleveland game. And guess what? He's betting on the Knicks.
So you finally make it into the city, right? But that was the worst decision you've had yet.
To the right, Michael Myers is standing there slashing car tires, right? To the left, SCP-096 is just dining in at the local subway, right? And oh, it just suddenly got dark. That's because there was a
Kraken up there that just
ate the moon.
So you turn to your friend and you're like, get me the fuck out of here right this second, right? So he drives you to the airport. You buy your tickets and you look at the plane. And how does it take off? It flaps,
its wings to take off.
right? And your friend turns to you and he's like, hey, how'd you like it here?
so you just give him a right hook.